Morning everyone.
Morning all.
So Climbing Clowns checking in at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we are going on a little trip today.
Yep.
Michael?
Absolutely. Wee trip out towards Oban to hit a single solitary Munro that sits at the back of Glen Creran. It's called Beinn Fhionnlaidh.
Okay, so we should be there in about 3 hours or something like that, which means we'll probably get kicking off about 8, half 8, round about half 8.
Round about the time daylight kicks in.
Yeah, which is pretty handy. So we did have other options in mind, but this is the one that we're plumping for. The other one we thought about doing, we'll wait till springtime.
Aye, exactly.
So, but for now, we're hitting the road.
Absolutely. See you in a bit.
We're in the region near Oban just now, and there's quite a fair selection of Munros, but we're doing one of the summits today. Slightly different from what we intended in the first place.
Yep.
So whilst we're walking, what we did think on doing was a completely different set of Munros. We'll cycle in the dark for 5 miles, and then, you know, chaining them up, and then basically starting doing a couple of summits.
And then common sense kicked in and we thought, why on earth are we killing ourselves and that doing stuff like that in December?
Exactly. So if we're going to do cycles, we might as well do them in springtime, because we wouldn't have really captured anything, and we've done our nighttime hike, which was interesting a few weeks ago, but it's not something you'd want to do regular. If you're going to hike then in your country, then try and capture all the views, the colours, and you know, lap it all up.
Especially if you're doing YouTube videos like we are, you don't really want to be presenting nothing to your viewers all the time.
Yep. Well, I'm certainly not cycling for 2 hours on a different route in the dark for you not to see anything.
Exactly.
But we'll see what we can gather today.
Yeah, it definitely is a nice view,
Still following this kind of industrial kind of path. Reason I say that is I've already seen like 3 tractors and 2 cattle carriers. You see Michael behind me just still on it. This is the first time we've felt incline really, so there was a lovely start, and then we'll see how long this actual goes for, but there will be a cut-off point that we'll need to technically go into the moors and the path will fade. There's actually a couple of them now, so there's one that kind of goes up and round there, so we'll see if it's that or we continue on this. Michael, where are we trekking? He'll get the GPS out and just check which route we're taking now, because it does fade off at some point. So we are actually going left onto this thinner path which will fade out. So that's the end of the chunky road. You can see it's quite frosty actually, which is making it handy on the feet. It's not as slippy and sludgy as it would be earlier in the year. Also, this is Isla a really popular Munro that people have kind of chosen different footsteps and different paths over the moors. Or there seems to be earlier on the year again quite a few streams and little trickles of water that run all the way down this in different directions. So, but it's pretty obvious where we're going. Good visibility. Michael's just there, and we came from just near enough where those locks are in front of that hill there. There's a wee white house with a car park at somewhere. Not the first one, the one but after that. But without digressing, we're going up here, and yeah, I'd say that that's the reasons for what this is all about.
What a view.
So we're probably a couple of hundred, maybe a few hundred up.
Probably something like that. I promised myself I wasn't going to keep checking my GPS altimeter, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, we're just going to lap it up. We were getting drizzled on, and then we had the jackets, rain jackets on, because you're better not being wet, otherwise you'll get kind of frozen underneath on all layers as you go up. So luckily enough, we've actually said no, rain stopped, sun's trying to break out. So we're just, I think today will be like that. It'll be like jackets on, jackets off, but don't mind that at all really. Hopefully it's dry but nice and fresh. So
yep, absolutely. And when it is raining, it's only tiny little showers. For the most part, it's blue sky. And as you saw from the panel, the sun's kind of starting to shine on the higher tops. So we'll keep going.
well over 400 up, maybe even touching 5.
Yeah, I reckon we're good at that by maybe 5. Push up 5 possibly.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like halfway.
Yeah. Well, there's a few blind summits that we're coming up to.
Yeah. The summit is we've got to get over these humps and then
Yeah. Yeah. That's like quite random that there's like snow.
light snow, sun. Got a bit of everything here really.
Well, I mean, we've had
At least we're sheltered from the wind.
Aye, we are sheltered from the wind and we've had a quick snack, so we should be fueled up enough to actually. Yeah, let's carry on. So, definitely over about 700 up now. You can see that we're kind of getting more into like craggy terrain. Frost is a bit firmer for certain. You can see for the first time we've got proper ice, frost, so forth. Michael's just up and over that slope. Just keep an eye on him visually. That's what you do. So I'm just steadying the pace. I'll see him in a minute though. Strangely, sun's still out over there, so pretty pleased with that. Actually, it's kind of chilly up here, but in a pleasant way. So hopefully not too long to go. Take one more peek. Not quite yet. He was actually doing something with his camera, so sometimes obviously you take a wee extra moment when you're doing stuff like that. That's where we're heading next, no doubt, blind summit, and be something over and above that. Plenty of other Munros round about us. Aha, there's my fellow friend right there. Oh, and someone else as well. Slight change of attire. Getting colder as we get up, and there's snow on the ground, and there's snow falling as well. However, sun's still with us. Very random day, but not complaining at all. What we're looking for next is the lock-ins, which is a kind of checkpoint if you see it on the GPS. Yep. So behind us, Michael's just saying, we go down wherever it is on that camera. There's a slight drop and then we go up onto the ridge, but as it says on the tin, lock-ins are just little locks that are on the Munro, whereas most locks would obviously be near the ground. So it happens sometimes, but they're kind of like a checkpoint on the route. So see them hopefully soon enough, and then get up onto the ridge, and as time goes by we'll see where we go, and hopefully we're getting closer and closer to that summit.
That's what we're faced with now. The last sort of ridge up to the summit should be to the right of the picture. As you can maybe see in the camera, it's now snowing a little bit. You can see just this big part, and then we'll see you at the summit.
So this is what we were looking for, the lock-ins. So it's kind of like a snowy path all the way around here. You can see that it just kind of glides round that little lock, round the back of it, and we'll be going up there, and I'm assuming once we go over that ridge there we should hopefully see our cairn. But pretty pleasant so far, even though the snow is starting. It's a bit chilly on the cheeks, but not too bad. So previously you've seen 3 humps basically, which is the ridge in front of us. We've just went over the first one, this is the second one, and then there's the third and final one once we get to the top of this. This is what we're looking at just now. There's a lock-in that we went by. Some cracking views back to, I'd say back to the start. You can kind of see where we started from, what section. And then we're just surrounded by this. Sun hiding behind the clouds, cooling it down a bit. And then, as I said, we head up this. This is like the second part of the ridge. And then all will be revealed. Not sure if the cairn's on the third one. Going by the stages of the route, it should be near enough. So, doing well.
Just leading the way up the scrambled section. There are a few showers coming in, but they're passing. Spotted with water.
Proper winter wonderland stuff this now. Still enjoying it because it's the first snow we've had this year that's, you know, properly landed, and it's actually nice and fresh rather than absolutely freezing. We're all prepped for it though. And we're just making our way up. We went over those that ridge, sorry, with the 3 humps, and then came out to this. And as far as I'm aware, we just keep ploughing our way up this, make our way along, and we should find the highest part and see a cairn. I say sooner rather than later, but that's not how it always works. But yep, definitely a change from earlier on. Loving it. So we went through quite a lot of rocks and crags back there, just where Michael's coming over from. And see if I can zoom in front of this a wee bit, but over there seems to be a trig point. Yeah, just in the middle there. It's obviously small on camera, but that's the target. Be much bigger when we get there and be a lot happier when we get there as well. So up and over the rest of this ridge, this middle section here where the trig point is obviously higher than that dome on the end. So hopefully in the next 20 minutes or something we'll be up there. Season's greetings!
Happy Christmas!
Yep, so after a big long toil, we're actually at the summit now.
Yay!
Of
Beinn Fhionnlaidh! Not the one in Glen Creran. This is Beinn Fhionnlaidh at the back of Glen.
Yep, so if you caught that, Glen and we're just, the main place is just outside Oban.
Yep.
Now, as I said, it's the festive period. It's the first time we've seen snow on the Munros, yep. So
snow, sunshine, and wind,
and a bit of weather mixed around, along with some nature and some Highland cows and deers. Yeah. So it's very windy.
It's been a good day out.
Yep, it's been a brilliant day out, and it's taken a lot of effort. But yeah, so this is the kind of season that you know, people kind of reminisce and look back on their year.
So that's exactly what we've been doing. So both of us would agree 2022 has maybe not been the best year, but it's memorable, that's for certain.
Yep, so we've had our ups and downs in 2022. Had a lot of medical issues at the start, and you know, in and out of hospital, and broken this and broken that.
Mine's just family issues.
Yeah, so his mum passing. Talking of passing, it was, you know, this time of year, always in memory of my granda who passed away a long time ago, but this is the season that everyone thinks about him, so I've climbed this one for him. And yeah, so, you know, a bit up and down, but the climbing clouds get through it. That's as simple as that.
This night
Okay, so basically we just hit the summit of the Munro about 5 minutes ago, and we're descending down, which is a great feeling. This one is about 938 meters, so but it was actually quite long-winded. You know, there was a lot of ground to cover, and of course, as you can see, there's plenty of snow kicking about. So, but then rewarded with what you can see is just magnificent. So we're feeling a bit perky now that we've hit it, and we're going to get ourselves down. Still away at the top, still a fair chunk to get ourselves down back to the start. So hopefully in the next few hours we'll be done and dusted. But I thought I'd just do this starting off going down video, just primarily because this is the best of the views that you'll see today. So that was the summit up there. There was a trig point, lovely. So we've been descending for a wee while now, much less than what we obviously inclined. It's usually a lot faster, but Michael's just spotted that we're coming to the snow line. So technically we've been in the snow for like obviously the last few hours, like up and back down, but on the ground obviously back that way there's quite a lot of snow that we've been through for a while. And behind us that should be the end of it. We're getting low now, we're getting lower. As you can see, we always enjoy this part. We're back to the track, so the industrial track that we were on about before, that we've seen you know, like cattle farmers and tractors and stuff like that. So what that means is, you know, we're not too far away from getting this whole route finished. Michael just sprinted down with excitement. He actually was counting from 10 downwards and done a wee race for himself. That's what he's like. We know what he's like. So hopefully get through this without slipping doing this. But yeah, I think we're just heading down there around the forest, and that should hopefully, I can't remember 100% how long it took, but it wasn't long. Certainly not a big walk-in. Sun's setting as well. It's going down, and well beyond viewing what we just done. But yeah, good times. So, I mean, when you get onto these roads, then you kind of get that feel for success.
Yep, absolutely. Almost like walking into the sun.
Yeah.
It's almost like, it's kind of poetic walking into the sun at the end of the day.
I know, we actually are walking clean into, hence the shades are still on. I'm actually, I mean, quite peckish after all that effort.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
We have put a shift in, like.
Definitely, I have put a shift in. It's been a pretty heavy day.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of work.
Well, the terrain was pretty tough, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. The terrain was pretty crazy.
Terrain's, you know, we've had a bit of everything.
Definitely.
Well, there's all the sloppy stuff, which, you know, and then we had to go through rock and snow and ice and all that, so, but no complaints, mate. I don't know if you've any, or you're fine.
No, none whatsoever. It's a good choice of route.
Yeah.
Pat on the back for me.
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting some sweeties or some fizzy juice or coffee or something at the shops.
Oh, coffee,
it'd probably be
crisps,
coffee
and then
juice,
a dinner on the way home sounds awesome, maybe.
KFC at Stirling.
Oh, now we're talking.
And then some darts later on.
Game for the second line. Yeah, some darts at mine to chill out.
But anyway, thanks for watching this one. We'll catch you in the next one.
See you later.
Remember to subscribe,
Like,
and comment if you want to.
Climbing Clowns, see you later.
Bye for now.